going live, and you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Philadelphia Eagles. And why are the Philadelphia Eagles 0-16? Because they suck. The Philadelphia Eagles have always sucked. The Philadelphia Eagles suck this year. The Philadelphia Eagles lost the Super Bowl this year because they suck. And the Philadelphia Eagles will always suck. The Philadelphia Eagles suck. And welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all, if you want to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. If anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say? Please feel free. Fire away. Throw in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes. So anything gets said in there, put in there. I try to see it. Try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. Before we get started, anybody wants to help support my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the top links takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon, the second one's called the Lawrence Taylor, and the third membership level is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, or if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. But if you're not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose? Right now, I'm at 6,695 subscribers. I'm only 5 subscribers away from 6,700. I've gotten almost about another 20. What did I get? About 20. I've gone up 23 so far today. So I'm on my way close to probably about another 30 subscribers today. I'm getting like 30 or 40 subscribers a day. So it's absolutely fantastic. So if you are subscribed to my channel, please, thank you so much. And if you're not, please go down and subscribe. Also, I got, there's in the description box, there's 2 Facebook links, okay? The top one is to my Facebook group. It's a New York Giants Gridiron. I got my Facebook group, Facebook page, and my YouTube channels, all called the New York Giants Gridiron. That way, even a moron like me, I can remember it all, okay? But if you go down the top link in the description box for the Facebook, okay, it takes you to the group. Right now, we have over 2,600 members in there, okay? I put stuff in there every day. I try to put at least 10 different items in here every day or so. A lot of stuff I put in here, this stuff makes fun of the Eagles. It's amazing how many low-life loser Eagle fans come onto Giants pages and Giants groups and all that, and they make comments I guess they got nothing else better to do with their life than I guess they go out into the world and they go onto every Facebook group and everything like that and see if anybody makes fun of the Eagles. I guess that's how the Eagle fans spend their life. I guess they can't spend time on their own pages. They got to go to everybody else's. So we get a lot of low-life loser Eagle fans on the groups and the pages too as well. So please go and become a member of the group, all right? And you can post stuff in the group as well too. And then also there's another link too. There's a second Facebook link, okay, which takes you to my page. Okay, it's a Facebook page. I'm the administrator, so I'm the only one to post stuff in there. Okay, right now we have 717 people who like it, and over 3,400 people following it, including apparently a lot of low-life loser Eagle fans. Because I got people. I could care less what the loser Eagle fans do on their pages and groups and all that. The last thing I'm going to do is go to one of their low-life loser Eagle fan pages or whatever and waste 1 second of my life doing that. But apparently we have a lot of low-life loser Eagle fans that come on into the group and pages and all that. So I guess that's what they do with their lives. I really feel sorry for them. They're actually, I guess when you're low-life losers like the Eagle fans are, I guess that's what you do. But go to the New York Giants, the page, and like it and follow it. okay, and go to the group and become a member. Between the two of them, you get a boatload of New York Giants information every day, right? And if you're not satisfied, like I always say, you get your money back guaranteed. All right, well, all that stuff said and done, out of the way with here. Now, after the Daniel Jones, okay, and Saquon Barkley, okay, they got them done now. You know what's going on with their the salary cap? Okay, now they franchise tag Saquon Barkley. Okay, they have until the middle of July, okay, to work out a deal with Saquon. Okay, then they can rip up the franchise tag, the non-exclusive franchise tag, and then they can have him work off of his new deal. Okay, now it's a non-exclusive franchise tag. They're not going to put the exclusive franchise tag on it because that would be more expensive, and especially with Saquon, with a running back. If they're guaranteeing him like $10.1 million, that means he can go out if he wants to, okay, into the market. All right, and if somebody's going to pay him $14 or $15 million, maybe the Bears might. I don't know. Right? Bears ain't doing it. I can guarantee you that. Why? Because they would have to give up 2 first-round picks. They're not giving up the number 1 overall pick, okay, plus another number 1 pick for Saquon Barkley. Not happening. There's no team out there, I mean, that has any intelligence to them. That's going to pay Saquon Barkley $13, $14, $15 million a year, okay, and give up 2 first-round picks for him. That's not happening. Okay. So that's why the Giants put the non-exclusive franchise tag on him. Okay. So it's a little under $10.1 million. Okay. So basically that comes right out of the salary cap. Now, as I was saying, the good thing about that, okay, is that, you know, they still can rework his contract. They got like 4 months. Okay. And then they can rip up the tag. The thing is that he has to get that money, because that money, once they put the tag on him, okay, he's guaranteed that money this year. So if they were to rip up the franchise tag, okay, and come up with some type of a new deal for him, okay, they have to give him at least this year at least 0.9 million, basically $10.1 million they have to give him this year, guaranteed. Now that can be like a signing bonus or something like that. So that doesn't necessarily mean the cap hit if they work out a new contract for him. Doesn't necessarily mean the cap hit will be 10.1. They would certainly try to get the cap hit under, you know, as low as they can get it. Maybe get down to $4 or $5 million or so. Have it be relatively cheap. But once he signed that franchise tag, all right. Well, once they put the franchise tag on, they have to give him that $10.1 million this year. Yeah, he's guaranteed that money. Okay, so they said if they can work out some type of new deal, they give him like maybe a sign-in bonus. Say they come up with I'm just throwing a number out there. 4 years, $45 million. Just throwing numbers out there. That's all I'm doing. Okay, they can give him like a $20 million sign-in bonus. Okay, that way, you know, you can prorate the sign-in bonus over the life of the deal. So if it's 4 years, they give them $20 million in sign-in bonus. Okay, that means they can take that and spread that $20 million over 4 years. They can make it $5 million each year. Okay, but if they give him a $20 million sign-in bonus, that's all $20 million right off the bat. Okay, all cash right in his pocket. Okay, but that also guarantees him that he's going to get at least his $10 million, which he's guaranteed the $10.1 million. All right. So, but they still have plenty of time to try to rework a contract. And I keep seeing all kinds of things, because Saquon obviously does not want to go on the franchise tag. Okay. Joe Shane has, we said repeatedly, obviously, that he wants him back. Okay. Saquon wants to be back. Saquon does not want to be on the tag. The thing is they have to try to come up with some kind of happy medium here where Saquon is obviously happy with the money, maybe the guaranteed money that he's going to be getting. Okay. But, the Giants obviously don't want to overpay for him, so it's obviously it's not going to be all that easy. But, the deal that they had, I think they tried to get a deal with him, like I believe it was like in November or so, and he said, "Nah, I'm not interested." So, unfortunately, the deal that they tried to offer him, I guess back in November, might look a little bit better than what he's got going for him right now. All right, so they still got time. All right, and I'm sure the Giants, don't want to franchise tag him either, because I mean, if they had a franchise tag him with the salary cap, it's got to be the 10.1, right? If they can work some type of a deal out with him, that the salary cap is hit this year, could lessen, could go down $4 or $5, $6 million or so. That would give them another $4 or $5, $6 million in salary cap money, which would be huge. But I mean, also, if they were able to sign him for a few years, right, then they know they got Daniel Jones and they got Saquon Barkley going forward for a couple more years. All right. You don't know if it's going to be 4 years like what they did with Daniel Jones, or but they still have some time. Okay. Now the things with Daniel Jones, okay, his salary cap hit this year, okay, is I had it somewhere. Oh, no, boom, boom, there we go. It's going to be basically $19 million his salary cap hit, okay, which is a lot cheaper. Okay, if they picked up his fifth-year option, would have been like a little over $22 million. Okay, so this year his salary cap hit, okay, is $19 million. If they picked up his fifth-year option, okay, would have been over $22 million. So this year they're saving themselves, I mean, if they got him on a fifth-year option, okay, would have been obviously a lot cheaper than they're paying him the $40 million a year. Now that I get, okay. The thing is, okay, is that if they can somehow, get another offensive weapon in there, right? Daniel Jones is with Kafka and Dable for his second year, second year in the same system and all that. Now we're gonna have a harder schedule this year, okay? So it's not going to be as easy, right? But if Daniel Jones can, go out somehow and throw 22, 23, 24 touchdown passes, 5, 6, 7. And I'm just talking off the top of my head here. 5, 6, 7 interceptions. If he does better, okay, than he did last year, okay. If they picked up his fifth-year option, and this year, say he was working on his fifth-year option, well, if he does really good this year, okay, they had to go to try to re-sign him next year to a contract. He's making like $40 million now. Well, it's that would go up. So I mean, you can look at it in the long run. They might possibly almost have saved themselves a little bit of money. But if they had a franchise tag him, okay, that's over $32 million. Okay, so this year's cap hit is 19. So basically, this year right now, this is the nice thing about signing somebody to a multi-year deal. His base salary this year, $9.5 million. Okay, his base salary. Okay, next year goes up to $35 million, 35.5. Okay, his cap hit next year goes up to $45 million, $45 million. All right, so his cap hit goes from 19 up to $45 million. Okay, so it goes up $26 million. All right, so, but the salary cap is supposed to go up, all right, quite a bit. All right, it's supposed to go up $20 or $30 million. All right, so, but I mean, the 19 million is a good number. His base salary is 9.5. He's got a workout bonus of $500,000, which is basically money in the bank because he's probably in there right now working out. All right, so there's no way in hell he's not going to get that workout bonus. Okay, and he has a signing bonus of $9 million. They gave him a $36 million signing bonus, which is $36 million right in cash in pocket. All right, just signing your name. Here's $36 million. Okay, not a bad deal, huh? But with that $36 million, they can break that up over the length of the deal, which is 4 years. Okay, so basically each year they, $9 million of the signing bonus goes toward the cap. Okay. So basically his base salary this year is $9.5 million. He has the $500,000 workout bonus. So basically the $9.5 million base salary, the $500,000 workout bonus is $10 million. Okay. Then his signing bonus is $9 million. So basically the 10, okay, we got the base salary and the workout bonus is 10. Then the signing bonus is another 9, makes it $19 million. Okay, so that's his cap hit this year, $19 million. Next year it'll be 45. In 2025 it comes down. Okay, it comes down to 39.5. So in 2 years in 2025, okay, the capital is going to his capital is going to come down. All right. Now they basically have a potential out after 3 years. Okay, so basically, okay, they would after 3 years they would pay him 3 years, $112 million. Okay, if they decide to cut him after 3 years, all right. They have $9 million dead cap hit, which would be the signing bonus. Okay, so they broke the signing bonus up into 4 years. Okay, so if they can let him go after 3 years, after 2025, if things for whatever reason, say he could get injured, whatever. There's a million things that can happen. Okay, but if something goes wrong, all right. They can let him go after 2025, and all they would have to pay him, okay, in 2026 would be $9 million would go toward the they don't have to pay him anything because he already has a signing bonus. But the $9 million signing bonus would go toward the Giants cap. But in 2026, the cap is going to be up quite a bit more. I mean, my God, it could be up 40, 50 million, 50, maybe $50 million from what it is right now. Okay, $40-50 million more than what it is. So, so the cap is going to, it will certainly, the cap hit in 2026, if it's $9 million is, won't be that much if they have to let him go. But, okay, if they do keep him, okay, in 2026, his cap hit is $56.5 million. All right, so that's quite a bit. The other thing is that, something they could do, okay, his cap hit is $56.5 million, 2026. If they're going to wind up keeping him after 3 years, and it's like, Daniel Jones really looks like our guy and all that they can just, rework his contract. Okay, maybe give him once again, boom, extend his contract, give him more, another signing bonus, yada, yada, yada. They can work the numbers out, right? So maybe his cap hit wouldn't be $56.5 million, right? In 2026, it would be a lot less. All right. But, they do have an out after 3 years. All right. So, right. Daniel Jones got his money. Saquon got his, Saquon's guaranteed at least $10.1 million this year. Okay. So, the thing is that now, the Giants, what are they going to do like with free agents? Right. They got a boat. I mean, that's a nice thing here. Okay. Let's see. Well, according to Spot Track, all right, let me see here. All right, after the Daniel Jones deal, after the Saquon Barkley deal, okay, Spot Track didn't have these numbers figured out last night because they weren't exactly sure what the Daniel Jones numbers were. But after the Giants, according to Spot Track, if you probably go to over the cap, their numbers are probably a little bit different. It seems like for whatever reason, the numbers always seem to be a little bit different between like Spot Track and over the cap. But I always go Spot Track. Okay. But if you go to Spot Track, all right, their estimated salary cap space is $14.4 million. All right, 14.4. But that's after they have Saquon Barkley. They got Daniel Jones, and that's after signing their draft class. Okay. They would have $14.4 million. Now, where can they go from here? They can wind up at 14.4. They can wind up re-signing. Extending the contract perhaps of Leonard Williams. So they have 14.4, right? Leonard Williams' salary cap is $32 million. I mean, that's got to go down. If they can add maybe a couple of years onto his contract, right? Because let's not forget, he's a little banged up this year, right? I mean, he's been around. The guy's a warrior and all, but he did get a little banged up this year, right? He had a problem with his neck. You start talking neck and spine and all that, you're talking, right? That's not good. So hopefully, apparently he's supposed to make a full recovery. But the thing is, with full recovery with Leonard Williams is having months off. Okay, he was never going to recuperate fully during the regular season. Just the way it was, it is what it is. Okay, he needs time off. Okay, but when you start talking like this, the neck, when you got nerves and stuff going up and down the spine and all, whatever like that, and that's some tough territory there. You can talk about becoming paralyzed, or having problems moving your body, So I'll have to wait and see. But at the $14.4 million that they have right now, okay, as I said, they can extend Leonard Williams, maybe add a couple years on, maybe try to get that $32 million cap hit down to 22, somewhere around there, right? Save themselves, maybe $10 million. I'm just, trying to throw some numbers out here. So they could save $10 million on Leonard Williams, right? They would go from having $14 million about right now in salary cap money, and they can save $10 million on Leonard. That would put them up at 24. I'm just throwing some numbers out here. They could also, if they were to do something with Saquon Barkley, if they could wind up getting him, a new deal, okay, they can rip up the franchise tag as long as they get it done by like the middle of July 15th or 17th. They have like 4 months. Okay, they can rip the contract up and give Saquon maybe a signing bonus. That way, take his salary cap hit, bring it down. They could save maybe $4, $5, $6 million off of his salary cap, what he's making right now. Right, that could give the Giants another, like say, $5 million. Just say. So now that they're 24 after they restructure Leonard Williams' contract, I'm just throwing stuff out here. That's all. And you add another $5 million that they can save possibly on Saquon. Now you're up to around $29 million. Just throwing it out there. Then you got Kenny Golladay. If they let him go, if they cut him, all right, let him go. But the question is he a pre-June 1st cut or is he a post-June 1st cut? If he's a pre-1st June cut, okay, he's like six. They saved like $6.7 million, somewhere around there. Okay. But, all of his money, okay, will be off the books after this year. Okay. So Kenny Golladay after 2023 will be officially gone. Never have to worry about him again. If he's a post-June 1st cut, the Giants will then save themselves about $14 million. Okay. So if you figure if they can rework Leonard Williams' contract, save some money with Saquon Barkley, and they let Kenny Golladay go after June 1st, all right, save themselves about 14. Then the Giants will have over 40, possibly $40 million. I'm just, throwing some scenarios out here. That's all I'm doing. They could possibly have over $40 million, okay, in salary cap. That means they would have Saquon Barkley, they'd have Daniel Jones, and they'd have a whole draft class signed, and they'd have over $40 million, okay? The thing is that they did let go Kenny Golladay after June 1st. They would save about $14 million, $13.7 to $14 million, somewhere right around there. They would save this year. However, in 2024, he would have a dead cap money, a hit of like $6 or $7 million. Okay, so they can save about $6 or $7 million this year and have all Kenny Galladay's money totally wiped off the books after this year, or they can let him go after June 1st, but they would have some money, some dead cap money there. And once I'm not so sure if Joe Schoen wants to kick the can down the road, right, or not, but we'll have to wind up waiting and seeing, what he wants to do there. Now the Giants have a couple other guys here, okay, on their, I know that there's a. Let's see if we start looking here, and they just re-signed Jarrad Davis. Okay, to I'm not sure that the terms of the deal are okay, but they did sign him back. Okay, they got another Isaiah Hodgins. They got a dude off the practice squad, right? So they got Jarrad Davis off the practice squad, off the lines. He was a former first-round pick, top 21 pick, right? Pick 21, I believe it was, in the 2017 draft. The guy's not that old. Okay, he has obviously underperformed. If you're a first round pick and all of a sudden a few years, 5 years or so later, you're on the practice squad. That's not a good sign. Okay, but potential that there was talent there. Right, there was a reason why he got picked in the first round. Now, as I said, I'm not sure the terms of the deal, but I'm sure that they weren't astronomical. I'm sure they were extremely, extremely, extremely affordable. Right, I mean maybe like about $1 million a year or so or something. Okay. But the Giants, let's see here. Who can they? So you got a lot of. I mean, they could let go of Carter Coughlin and save themselves about $1 million. Okay. The thing is with him, I mean, they're very lacking. Okay, on inside linebacker help. Okay. Now he's worked on the outside. He's also worked on the inside. Okay. He's decent on special teams. Right. But if they wanted to let him go, they'd save themselves about $1 million. Okay. They can let Cameron Brown go. Okay. Who doesn't do much on defense, but he's very good on special teams. But if they let Cameron Brown go, Cam Brown, okay, they would save themselves about $1 million. Let's see. They don't want to let Dane Belton go. Bellinger, Shane Lemieux. They can let Shane Lemieux go. Mr. Injury himself. Okay. All right. That would save. They would save about $1 million there. Okay, now Shane Lemieux does. I mean, he's not special teams, or or maybe if he was playing, maybe he'd be on the on the line as far as special teams. I don't know, but don't look for. I mean, that guy can't stay healthy. He's gone. He's good because there's no ties at all to Shane and Dable whatsoever. So you can pretty much kiss Shane Lemieux. If he gets benched one more time, you can pretty much kiss that guy goodbye. Let's see. Ellerson Smith, they could cut him. They would save themselves about $750,000 if they save Ellerson Smith. Once again, no ties to Shane or Dable. See, every year he's injured, right? There's a couple other guys. I mean, like Cordell Flott. I mean, I don't know. Somehow it looks like they could save a few $100,000, but they're not going to let him go. Matt Peart, they could let him go. Looks like they could possibly save about $1 million if they were to let him go. Let's see. Anybody else here? Yeah. I mean, Darnay Holmes. They would save themselves about $2.5 million. So, I mean, they got guys they could let go, okay? Especially guys that have no ties, okay, to Shane and Dable. They do have some options, okay, as far as letting some guys go if they wanted to clear up another few $1 million. Okay, they certainly have options. They certainly can do that. I mean, so they could really, I mean, between Kenny Golladay, let's see, Saquon Barkley, maybe, right? Leonard Williams, maybe letting one or two guys go, maybe, right? Also, maybe they can try to work something out with Dexter Lawrence because his cap hit this year. Because he's on his fifth year. They picked up his fifth year. He's $12.4 million. Okay, so they could extend him and take that 12.4 and drop that 12.4 down a few $1 million where they would save some money now. And then not only that, but they would also have Dexter Lawrence tie him up, okay, for the next few years because they certainly don't want to let him go. They want to make sure Dexter Lawrence is a New York Giant for a long time, okay? But I mean, they got. Depends upon who they're going to want to bring. They want to try to bring Shepard. I know they had some talks with Feliciano and Gates. They want to try to bring those guys back. Jelly Ellis, you can pretty much forget about him. I mean, I don't know. Shame that they let Breida go. I mean, the guy's $1 million. I mean, he's 28. I got familiarity. I'd be a little bummed out if they let him go. It just seems kind of weird. Like why do they bring him in and then they just don't re-sign him? Unless they're trying to look to get younger. Then they'll draft somebody. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Breida's, I don't know. He's familiar with Shane and Dable. They got familiarity with him. They brought him over and all that stuff. So, there's Casey Kreider, Jihad Ward. I mean, especially, Wink loves Hottie. So I'd be surprised. He was only a little over $1 million. I'd have a hard time saying that they wouldn't want to try to bring him back. I say, Richie James, right? He was only a little over $1 million. Fabian Moreau. He certainly had some very good games there, without question. If you put him as like the number one corner or something like that, he had some trouble. But as depth, as like a number two corner, he didn't do too bad. And he's only, he's 20. He'll be 29. Okay, he was only like $1 million. As far as some depth, you got to think about bringing the guy back. Marcus Johnson, a wide receiver. Oshane Ximines, I'm not sure if he impressed last year for them to try to wind up trying to bring him back. But, the Giants need help at the edge. They could use, because Ellerson Smith's always hurt. Oshane Ximines, I said he's a free agent. But it'd be interesting to see and then we got Julian Love, of course, and Darius Slayton. Now, you're not sure if they're going to, they might be trying to bring Slayton back, but I think maybe if Slayton wants to test the waters, he might be able to get a little bit more money out there from another team. We'll have to wait and see. And I'm not sure, from what I'm hearing, I'm not exactly sure if they want to try to bring Julian Love back or not. I'd be a little bit bummed out if they didn't. But just listening to some people's podcasts and other YouTube channels and all that, it doesn't sound like they're that totally sold on bringing Julian Love back. Like I've seen some reports that Giants are kind of tied to maybe Poyer, maybe from the Bills. Maybe. The Giants would have money. They can certainly bring a little. They can get $30-40 million in salary cap space. They can bring in a nice little juicy something, right? They can, if they let Love go, then bring Poyer in, or maybe get somebody, one of the inside linebackers, right? You don't need maybe the top of the top, but there's some inside linebackers out there the Giants can try to sign. So, the Giants are certainly in very good shape. Okay, they have some more work they still have to do. Try to re-sign Saquon before the middle of July, and they can rip up that tag and get his salary cap hit this year and bring it down. Try to rework something with Leonard Williams. And then they're letting Kenny Golladay go. They're going to save some money there. So, they should have at least 30 to, after they work their magic and all, they should have 30 or $40 million, okay, to go out there in free agency with, right? 30, 40, possibly even more. Depends upon how creative they get with, how many guys they restructure or re-sign and all of that and everything. The Giants can have 30 to 40 plus in salary cap money this year. So the Giants, we can hopefully bring some guys back. We're going to get some guys back who were injured last year, half of our draft class, right? And we're going to have hopefully, if we get two compensatory picks, we'll have another 11 draft picks on the team. Okay, so, the Giants are in pretty good shape. Are we going to the Super Bowl this year? No, we're not. I hope so, but yeah, I don't think so. I think we're still a couple of years away. This year, the team this year could get better, but actually take a step back or stay the same, or maybe be like 9-8, 8-9, somewhere around there. Right. So, yeah, the team could certainly get better, but I said, it's going to be, add a little piece here, add a little piece, it's going to be a couple more years. Got the draft class from last year. We got Daniel Jones. We're going to start re-signing some of our own guys, get another 11 guys in this year. Hopefully have a nice 7 guys or so the following year, bring it in. It's, we're going to slowly, hopefully get better and better and better. But the Giants are in good shape with the salary cap. Thankfully, one of the biggest things is because they did not have to franchise Daniel Jones. They had a franchise tag Daniel Jones, that would have been over $32 million right out of the salary cap, and that would have hamstrung them quite a bit. But that didn't happen. They got the deal done before 4:00, and the Giants should be pretty good. They can go out there and re-sign a bunch of their own guys if they want, and they can certainly have enough money. They can bring in like maybe one nice little, they can bring in a couple of Glowinskis if you want. Glowinski last year was $6 million. They'll have enough money. They can bring in a couple of Glowinskis if they want, or they can go out in the market and they'll have enough money to bring in a $12 million or $15 million one guy, right? So they're in good shape. They're in good shape. Well, guys, it's been 34 minutes. Anybody spent any time at all watching me? Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. Or if anybody spends any time at all watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.